Hey, yo, what up, everyone? Welcome to the G-Lew Show, After Hours Live on a Friday night. Tonight, we got a special guest. I know, too, we just noticed that on the flyer, we had the time a little bit wrong, but everyone that knows we're live right now. So without any further ado, it's Friday Night Live, After Hours on the G-Lew Show, hosted by G-Lew, produced by DD Hairston. Tonight, we got a special guest, author, an artist, humanitarian, you know what I mean, a brother serving for God, doing his thing for his community, and just trying to make better, you know what I mean, right his wrongs and do better for his community and people abroad by spreading a positive message and spreading love to the people, man. So we're gonna chop it up with a great brother tonight. Goes by the name of Monsta from Long Beach, California. So everybody tune in, get ready. Let's take this ride. It's a G-Lew Show After Hours Live. Let's go.
Rolls Royce got a sad face on it. Bitch, look at me. 20 fair gold all on the king. Bitch, look at me. Niggas wanna talk all about me. So I took the T. Yeah, I know they gon' fuck with the logo. Thousands on me. So. Death in the car. Low. Big truck, got the low pros. See the pickup truck, got the monsters on it. Ain't nowhere that I won't go. Got the game in the choco. Nigga know me from the coco. Yeah.
Really coming with the coco. Play the block on a low. Strapped up with a fofo. Make a nigga kids never grow. Baby mama never tripping. On the block how I'm living. In a Range Rover, me and killer. Look in the mirror, I see killer. Guess a rental bitch, don't test me. I really come for them trenches. Kinda militant when I'm stepping. Got some young niggas wanna up it. Yeah, but nah, nigga, they gon' dump it. Like a general, I move around. Yeah. Took Monsta to my town. Took Long Beach, we hit it now. Got a couple hotties, they wild. Like girls going wild. Them niggas jacking my styling. These niggas looking like clowns. You a goofy nigga, I ain't a goofy nigga. That's why these hoes be choosing, nigga. You wanna do me, nigga? You wanna do me, nigga? Cause I'm really coming from the hill.
Yeah, there it is. What up, everyone? Welcome to the G-Lew Show After Hours Live. I am G-Lew, and as you see right there, we got a special guest with us tonight, man. The homie Monsta is in the building, man. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
Man, what it do, King? You know what? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. I'm on one of the best shows around, Mr. G-Lew. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
you know, so I'm here to represent.
Come on now. I had to give my man a round of applause for being here tonight, man. Again, before we get started, I want to thank you for blessing the platform too as well, man. I know it's going to be a great conversation. We'll be able to spread some light to the people.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, before we get started, man, tell the people, you know, for yourself who Monsta is, man, for the people who don't know.
Well, Monsta is an individual that's a changed individual. He's a changed man. You know, he's an individual that's been through some of the worst of struggles that most people could never even imagine. You know, I'm an individual that's been incarcerated since the age of 16 years old. Out of my 30 years of being incarcerated, 17 years was spent in solitary confinement. You know, throughout that experience, I had to be, in the beginning, ruthless and barbaric, and which led to that 17 years of solitary confinement. But in that experience, a transformation happened. You know, I was fortunate enough to come across a lot of earth angels that changed my life and allowed me to see my own potential and grow. And you know, I ended up becoming who I am today, an individual that's an entrepreneur, an academic. You know, I have a degree in psychology, communication, liberal arts. I have a doctorate in theology. I have a business certificate from Baylor University. I have my certificate in practice, appraisal, and principle in real estate. You know, I'm a published author of 11 books. I have my own company. I have 2 record labels. I have my own, I'm CEO of Skrilla Gorilla West, where we are the leading force in building businesses and artists alike. You know, I'm so much, man. I'm a humanitarian. I do for the people. My life is about the acts and service of the people.
Wow, that's a whole lot to unpack, bro. Man, you just, man. You know what I respect too about my brothers, man. That's behind those, you know, walls, going through that struggle is like you said. Once you find a little bit of knowledge of self and learn who you are to overcome those beginning stages of going through what you have to go through, especially behind there, which is inevitable almost when you grow and learn these things about yourself, and then further like your education, like all of these things you just named, man. That's the thing I do respect about my brothers behind the wall when they come home, the things they've done, because those are the things that brothers on the street can't even do, man. Can't even come close to doing or think about doing or don't even know where to start. You know what I mean? So could you say that's a good thing that comes out of, going through that struggle behind the walls?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. In the beginning, they didn't have this level of resources to help reform a person. So in the beginning, it was very hard. But now in today's society, in today's current environment of incarceration, they have so many resources that allow you to reform. And I think that's the greatest experience if you actually apply it. You know, a lot of individuals, they have these resources and they go through the motions, but they don't apply it. When you
Right.
apply those resources, things begin to change inside of you. You begin to realize that, wait a minute, I haven't been human for a long time, and I must now start to rebuild and restore my humanity. And the minute you begin to restore your humanity is the minute you begin to separate yourself from being institutionalized. And for me, that was a wonderful thing. Not everybody experiences this experience. I was fortunate enough to experience that experience.
Do you think sometimes, Monster Yo, and I know, like you said, you've been down 30, bro. I got a homie that's down 32, and a lot of people, like, do you think it takes, sorry to say that, to, like you said, have people or brothers like yourself or other homies in there to want to do that? Because, like I said, again, out on the streets, brothers don't even, lucky they get their GED and stuff, and then maybe a
Well,
little bit later, but to have the will and the want, like you said, because you have to want to do that. And that some people can't even see that far. Like, wow, you know what I mean?
it's crazy that you say that because so I'm a TA up here where I'm at, and a TA is a teacher's assistant, but I actually really teach classes, and I teach young kings to prepare for their GED. I'm also under the college coordinator as well. So once they get their college, once they reach college, I prepare them for the college degree path and everything else. And so you're right. It does slow people down and really forces them to um, see the world differently through academics.
Right.
Because a lot of individuals, they come in here and they don't want to just sit up in these cells and just start rotting away. What they want to do is they want to find something to do. They want to find a direction. And when they go up in these classrooms, I don't know, something in them changes, especially when they really embrace the experience. Some people had to come to jail in order to get their GED, in order to get a college degree. You know what I'm saying? Individuals who are repeat
Yeah.
offenders who just keep coming back even as adults. A lot of times when they came in the system, they didn't have these programs. Well, now they have these programs. Now they're talking different. They're walking different. They're thinking different. They're moving different. So it prepares them for society so that they don't go back out there and revert back to recidivism. So
Right.
yeah, I agree. Sometimes you need this experience in order to wake people up.
Right. Unfortunately, that seems to be how it is. And even like you said to yourself, coming up, it took, you know what I mean? It took I'm sure years for you to come to that realization and want to change yourself. And that happens a lot. Why do you think that is? I mean, especially brothers that come from the streets, gang areas, or whatever the case may be, where it takes, time, you know what I mean? And eventually, you know what I mean, it happens. And then on top of that, how do you go back now and say everything that I did? Because a lot of people say I won't change anything for anything, but you still grew. But how do you then go back? Because when you want to talk to the youngsters, they're doing the same things that you used to do or we used to do, and it's like they don't want to hear it. And maybe you didn't want to hear it then, but it took time, maybe if you go to jail or just to get older, to learn better. So how does one really even digest that and make it make sense? Can you hear me? Okay, we probably have sound issues. The homie said the signal is in and out, so he may go in and out at times. I hate that he missed that question though. So the homie may go in and out because he has a bad semi bad signal where he is, if you know what I mean. So just bear with us, please. But I could already tell this is gonna be a great conversation, man. Think we got him back. What's up to everyone in the chat? Thank you for joining us tonight. We got the homie Monsta Yo back with
Do
us
this a few
live.
times. I have a real cheap phone, so bear with me.
It's all good, bro. You're back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I hate that we got cut off there because I was asking a good question. I don't know if you caught it all. Did you hear most of my question or no? I think he went out again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check 1 2.
It's going in and out. Give me a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have some in and outs, people. So just bear with us, man. But I hope we can get this going because this is gonna be good. Real intelligent brother right here, man. Been down 30. So the man definitely has wisdom, and I want to pick his brain a little bit. You know what I mean? So while we're waiting for the homie, in the meantime, in between time, don't forget next Saturday, we will be in Hollywood, California. The Kodak Theater Nationwide presents Summer Nights in Hollywood. We're it's like the end of summer now. So we're gonna wind it down in Hollywood with a whole gang of people. It's gonna be incredible people, like so many people to name that's gonna be there. You know what I mean? Funny games, you could bring the kids, all that. It's gonna be beautiful. So check us out next Saturday night, Hollywood. Nationwide presents Summer Nights in Hollywood. 3 p.m. until, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. And we're gonna be doing a lot that next weekend, so stay tuned in. Yeah, get your tickets right there. DD dropped the link in the comments. What up, Randy Jean? What up, UDC? DD dropped the link in the comments. Eventbrite. That's where you can get the tickets. It's in Hollywood. It's gonna be live, man. And then tomorrow night, check it out. DD, man, Conversations in the Hookah Lounge. I didn't even know DD was doing this, but Conversations in the Hookah Lounge tomorrow night. I think it's music night, and they're gonna show me some love. You know what I mean? So tune in to Conversations tomorrow. Digital West, my sis Love Grace, and DD will be hosting Conversations in the Hookah Lounge, and they're gonna be showcasing me. So it's gonna be another beautiful night, man. It's all about G-Lew, I guess, this week, man. I love that, man. That I got people that love me. So tune in and have fun with this. Spread the love. Saturday night, Conversation in the Hookah Lounge. DD Hairston, La. Digital West, and Love Grace will be there. Then Sunday night, Oldies Rule Forever Sundays. You know what we do. You know how we end the week. You know what I mean? But what up to everyone out there? Happy Friday. I see Mama Pearl in the chat. She says, I'm driving. What's up, Mama Pearl? Hope you had a great day at work. Blessings and love to you and the family. G-Lew, yes, we love and respect you. Thank you, Udisi. Shout out to Lena Lokes in the chat. See the love in here tonight. Lena Lokes. What up, Lena Lokes? The Contreras, that's like my second family right there. Yep. Beverly Love, echoing, fix the problem. I'm echoing? I thought I fixed the echo. Am I echoing, people? Or you say the homie has a bad signal, so we're trying to get that straightened out. But am I echoing? Let me know. Thought I fixed that. When I move the mic, it sounds loud. I don't know what's okay. They said I'm good. Okay. Hope I'm not echoing. Please smash the like button. Yeah. So again, tomorrow night, tune in to a special edition of Conversation in the Hookah Lounge. DD, Digital West, Love Grace, and me. That's what's up. And again, if you're just tuning in, we got a special guest, the homie Monsta Yo. Okay, thank you, everyone. We got the homie Monsta Yo, man, an intelligent dude. been down 30 years. You know what I mean? He's written 11, several books. He's an artist as well. A teacher, has 7 different degrees. You know what I mean? The brother has really changed his life for the positive, and he has a lot of wisdom, stuff he could share. So we're going to talk about it tonight. Shout out to the great G-Lew. Thank you. Thank you, Lena Lokes. Shadow Band Music. Salute, y'all. What up, Shadow? Shadow Band Music. They shadow banning your music, homie. Follow the homie Monsta. Yo, right there. You can get at him right there. All the links to his stuff. You can get his books. He got, music, all of that. Production company, promotions, homie doing it all. You know what I mean? Like I said, I respect that about homies that's behind the walls that get a chance now to better themselves, and they can, go to college, learn trades, write books, all this behind the walls. And I tell people, like, people on the streets, homies on the streets don't even do that, don't even see that vision, because really they can't see a vision. If someone is trapped in a not trapped, but just living life, you know how life is, man. Life is a biatch sometimes, so it's hard, man. And some people can't get past these obstacles and things that the system has set up against us to progress, so I respect brothers like the homie, and I think we got him back now.
There we go.
We're good now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Man, I moved to a different location. I'm liking this right here. This is way better.
Okay. Good. That's what's up. So we got the homie back now. So now everyone in the chat sending you love too, bro. But now we can get back to it. Now, before we left off, I don't know if you heard like my question, if you caught anything or what I was asking you. I forgot, but it was a good one. Nah, you missed it.
I didn't catch it.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember totally. Because I was saying, okay, this is what I was saying. Because, when we left off, we were talking about how sometimes it takes for homies to be, behind the walls and do all that to see the vision and want to do better and start taking classes and further their education and all that. Which like you did, that was several degrees and all that, right? So I was saying, like, how do we how can I put this? Because like you said yourself, it took you years and time to change your mind state, you know what I mean, and put the bullshit behind you and get on the positive and want to better yourself, right? And also that takes place on the streets too. Unfortunately, a lot of people got to go to prison or jail to change. Some, like you said, don't change. It takes for them to go through 2 and 3 times, but how do we do better to where we could get past that and like, damn, lost the homie again. And I can't even think of my question, how I said it the first time. What up, Denise? I'm tripping. Denise Castillo, what up? Okay, let me see. I think we got the homie back. Bear with us, people. The homie, you know how the signal is over there, man. So the homie's having issues. I think we got him back. Monsta, yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can't even hear you.
Damn.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay. Well, just
say something now.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Okay, I hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. It's not a blessing. Let me see if you had to sin to get it. Blessings. I don't know. Almost 18 years gone, something he didn't do. Okay. So if you can hear me now, like I was just trying to say, like we spoke about, damn. It says nighttime. Everyone's on their phone. Hey, the signals is clogged up on you. This see all the homies on the phone right now. That's crazy. Low abiding criminal. Okay, Summit. I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro, but we keep it respectful on here, bro. You know what I mean? Opinions are cool, but we keep it respectful, bro. I'm not really understanding your comments, but we just try to keep it respectful, bro. Yeah, Denise. Okay. Monsta, yo, damn. Let me see. There he is. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Monsta, yo.
You'll go in strong for a moment. You'll go in strong for a moment and go out.
Right.
Just try to ask the question, and I'll see if I can catch it in that moment. In that moment.
Right. Okay. So briefly again, how do we change, if we can, in the future, our mindset to whereas we don't have to go to prison or take many years for us to understand what we need to do better. You know what I mean? To stop the cycle from repeating, if possible. Homie can't hear me. Damn.
Yeah,
This is great bringing it together. Monsta, yo, is an amazing human. Twix Mix Productions. I wish it was a way you could come in here and we could talk through you and get him through you, so we could keep it going, because I know you're his representative. I'm thinking, but man, I'm hating this is not going through, because this is going to be a great conversation, man. Breaking curses, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Denise. How do we stop that? Because everyone knows it's like homies got to go to prison or go to jail or whatever before, they realize and have to make changes, you know what I mean? And we shouldn't have to keep going through that. That's all I mean. But I know that's easier said than done, let me see. I think we got the homie back. Monsta, yo.
Okay. I can hear you clear right now.
You can hear me? Okay. So again, did you catch the question last time? Did you miss it again? Or did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I was just
say it one more time. No, say it one more time.
Yeah, I was going to try to be brief. I was saying, how do we try to break these curses or generational curses, or just of how we repeat the cycle of homies having to go to prison or having to, go through a whole gang of shit before we learn and understand a lot of the things we're doing are kind of BS, you know what I mean? And we wasted time, and we could have been doing something better with that time.
So you said, how do we help individuals beat the cycle of doing the same things that we did when we were younger, growing up?
Right, pretty much. Or having to go through.
Okay, so that's a good question. That's actually a good question. The reality is that everything starts from our upbringing. We are prodigies of our upbringing as well as our surroundings. And a lot of times we don't realize that it takes a village. Back in the days, it was about the community. If a child acts up down the street, the neighbor's going to whoop the child or correct the child, and etc. Now you touch a child down the street and whoop his tail. What happens? His father's coming down with all his homies, and they're gonna rush you. It's no longer about community. And the reality is that we need more of a community. We need to start standing as a unity of a community, because it does take that village, and we need more examples of what manhood looks like. These days, there's not enough individuals out there that have been raised by men, so they don't know how to be men. So they and what happens? They get shaped and molded by other young kids. You know what I'm saying? And by them being shaped and molded by other young kids, I'm talking about these OGs who were raised by kids who continue to proliferate the same ignorance as an adolescent. They allow their emotions to act without the benefit of their intellect. They're reckless, and they pass on this generational curse to all of us. And what happens? We become the victims of their teaching. And then the generation after us becomes a victim of our teaching, because we possess that baby boy syndrome.
Wow, man, he's cooking right now, like they say. Damn. Facts. Lena said, "Mom and daddies teach our children. The Lord said, don't spare the rod, whip your children." Do it in love. Yeah, because that goes both ways. Some people say, now that we look back, that whoopings weren't good. I remember, of course, they ain't good when you get them. You know what I mean? But I can honestly say, like, that taught, even though it doesn't mean it's gonna help, but it teaches you respect. You know what I mean? And these kids need that, because they don't lot of times have that at all. Monsta, yo, can you hear me,
sir? Yeah. So I can hear you. I can hear you, Kane.
Go ahead, bro. I want to cut you off. Go ahead.
So say that again.
No, I was just saying, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. I'm gonna let you speak.
Well, let me see if I can.
I can hear you. You're good. Just go ahead. You
How's
just
that?
go. Yeah, you're good. I can hear
Okay,
you.
so
Go ahead.
and so what happens is, okay, for sure. So what happens is that they develop this baby boy syndrome, and so when these young kings, so what happens is when it's passed on to us, we inherit that adolescent behavior, and we pass it on to the next generation, and then the next generation, they carry this sickness on, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and it's what you see today. What needs to happen is we need to start stepping up our manhood. We need to start stepping up our maturity. Us as men need to start coming together and saying, check this out. It's time to erase this childhood way of thinking. Let's start growing up for once, because we got to protect these generations to come. Because our legacy, the generational wealth, when it comes to the children that are coming into this world, it's becoming it's becoming something that is sad. These kids are drugged out thugs these days. They're drugged out thugs because of us. These kids are sick in the head, and they suffer from emotional problems, emotional damage, trauma. And you know why? It's because of us. And until we start leading by example as men, gaining that knowledge of self, removing that baby boy syndrome, that grown ass child mentality from our own mental, from our spiritual, because gang banging becomes a religion, thugism becomes a religion, streets becomes a religion. When we take that away from our spiritual and and start re-educating ourselves and rebuilding ourselves into the temple of manhood we are, into the kings we are, that is when we will be able to save our children and our children's children. And then that generational wealth will become more promising. But it starts with us as men today. We need to start changing the way we think, changing the way we live. We got to live by example. Mind you, a lot of these young kings, they look for us for wisdom. They look for us for guidance. When young kings come in here, when they come here around me, they love me. They love me based on the fact that they see that I lead by example. I'm consistent. There's nobody in their life that's consistent. You have to be consistent. You got to walk around as if there's eyes on your back everywhere you go. By doing that, it allows you to keep check and balance of your own self. And when you do that, they respect you. When you do that, they listen to you, because now you're not full of shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying that if your words don't coincide with your actions, you're full of shit. But if they coincide with your actions, you're somebody I need to pay attention to, because you know how to lead by example.
Wow. and look, speaking of leading by example, do you see like when you see the younger homies coming in there now, you know what I mean? I'm sure you're seeing a lot of more young guys coming there now. How long does it take? Like, are you seeing something in them that like, do you see all that in them, or you just see lost souls that need to be healed, or does it take time for them, or like you said, are they just missing something that they never had? You know what I mean? That causes them to be where they are and turned up, because I'm sure they come in there turned up, younger and younger now. And like you said, a lot of them have drug problems, and that's a real big issue these days with the drugs with these youngsters, and different drugs, not just. I mean, I'm sure you see that, right?
I see it all, King. And so, I do see something in them that needs to be healed. You know, it's one of the most coldest things to experience, because when
Damn, bear with this, people. The signal is a little bit off, so bear with this, people, but this is getting good. Salute to everyone in the chat for joining us tonight. Happy Friday, everyone. Blessings and love to all. Okay, there we go. I think we got the homie back. Monsta, yo, let me see.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna just
I want to answer that question.
Yeah, go. I'm just let you cook, bro. Go ahead.
So
Don't
I
worry about me.
for sure. So I do see something that needs to be healed in these young kings. You know, one of the coolest things is seeing all this potential around me, and it's all going to waste behind drugs. It's all going to waste behind childhood trauma. It's all going to waste behind, not having that knowledge of self, and I gotta watch them deteriorate. And on my watch, I try. You know what I'm saying? When I'm around a young king that's using drugs, I'm on them. I'm on them.
Mm, damn. Damn. Don't trip. We're gonna get it right, people. We're gonna get it right. Lena Loke said men were created to lead, and if the world got back to that, then there would be order within our children. That's a big that's very true. And like you said, it's our fault, generation of us and before, because a lot of the homies get locked up and gone. Like the homie, he's gone 30 years. You know what I mean? And it's a big disconnect with the older homies and the younger homies. But we left them what they're doing now, like the gang banging and all that. A lot of them don't even know what they're doing it for. But that's the that's what they followed and seen growing up. And now they have no one to lead them or even show them the right way or what they're doing. You know what I mean? So I think we got the homie back. Monster, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, bro.
So when I'm around these, I see a young king that's using drugs. I'm on them. The first thing,
Going in and out. Damn. Okay, let me see. Let me switch over.
there we go.
There we go. There we go. Good now.
So yeah, we good. So when I see a young king using drugs, I'm on them. The first thing that try to inspire them. So the first thing I'll do is I'll try to work out with them. That'll be the first start. As we're working out, throughout the workout, I'm just throwing at him just positive gems, positive jewels. Then I have him respond. What did you learn from what I'm telling you as we're working out? Oh, I learned such and such and such and such and such. The whole time he's not even realizing he's learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm building, and then I'll have him write an essay, and then I'll respond to that essay. And then I'll say, critique my response. Then he'll critique my response, but you can only do that so many times. And then they go back to that behavior and it breaks your heart, but you keep trying and you keep trying because the goal is to save at least one. Because if you save the one, he might be the king. He might be the one that inspires so many others. So you keep trying and you never stop, and that's my goal, to just keep inspiring. I'm not the best anything, but who what I am is an individual that's driven and motivated to save lives. And that's what I do. Save and inspire lives.
Right. This is such an awesome topic. Thank you, Mama Pro. Hey, what do you think? Also too, bro, like, what do you think is gonna take? Because you can be teaching the brothers, damn. Let me see. Bear with this, people. Bear with us. I want to ask him something important though. Because okay, there we go. Monster, yo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we go. I want to ask you something briefly
I hear you.
before I cut off. How do we how do you think we can stop it? Because like you said, you could teach the brothers and do all that, but once they get out and they get back out there in that same, atmosphere and environment, they kind of go back to what they were doing. And I'm sure you've been down 30 years. You've seen homies leave and come back. You know what I mean? How do we break that cycle if possible?
Can you repeat that? You were going in and out.
Okay, I'm gonna say, how do we break the cycle of repeating the same things? Like after, like you just said, you can teach homies in there, learn them to do better, even you doing better, but you get back out and have to go back to that same environment that you came from. You know what I mean? Some people retract and go back to what they used to do. Damn, son. Damn. Those are beneficial who are open to change. Yeah. DD said, my brother, let me see. Monster, yo.
There we go.
Okay. Did you
Yeah.
hear my
So
question?
I'm gonna answer that question.
Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
did. I definitely did. So I'm gonna tell you this. It's unfortunate because the coldest thing about us as a people, I'm talking about all people of minority descent, is that a lot of times we live in a time when the economy and you know degradation is well the economy is real, you know what I'm saying, and we're all broke, and so a lot of times we our families who are incarcerated they return they will our families out there are living in the same neighborhoods that we left from, you
Right.
know. The reality is that we need to uproot. That's the cure, and I'm going to tell you why you must uproot, because if that is your addiction, your neighborhood, then you must first go through your experience of detoxing yourself from that neighborhood. Once you have detoxed yourself from that neighborhood, you must then relocate, establish yourself so that when you do come back to your neighborhood, you're bringing something positive back to your neighborhood. You're not bringing your old self, you're not bringing your old energy, you're bringing something inspirational. And so that's when the families have to come together and say, hey, we're moving you to Texas. Hey, we're moving you to your uncle down this way or that way. Because the reality is, when you go back to your neighborhood, you're going to revert back to recidivism because it's you start off strong. You know what I'm saying? It starts off, you see a few homies, what's up? Then it becomes the whole swag. Then it becomes the talk. Then it becomes you sagging or wearing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Then it's the movements. Then all of a sudden you're back, you know what I'm saying? In that simulation.
Mm. Man, he's talking some real shit right now. Wow, that's deep because that's very true. That's a big part of it. When people get out, I don't care how much they rehabilitated, changed, all that. People in there getting along with other gangs, and then they get back out and go back to that same environment, and eventually, you know what I mean, they adapt that environment and go back to the same shit they doing, and some homies go right back. Or if they on parole or probation, you already know how that goes. That's a trap. You know what I mean? So I think we got the homie back. Monster,
Yeah.
yo.
And so without a doubt. So then, you know what I'm saying? Once you're going back into that behavior, what happens is you fall back into the cycle, into the trap of recidivism, and you find yourself back in this environment. You know, you have to relocate first. You have to get well first. You know what I'm saying? I understand somebody said anger management and NAAA. You're right. You need all those while you're here. But when you come home, you must leave your community and then join those same type of groups. You know, when I come home, mind you, I've been in here since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So one of my game plans is I'm going to join a veterans PTSD group because I realized that I suffer from PTSD. I've been on the battlefield my whole life. I've never experienced the world outside of these walls as an adult. I haven't had a woman since I was 16 years old. I gave away my life. I gave away my life. And I realized that. And now that I've realized that, I realize what I need to do when I do come home. I need to do it right. One of the things is I'm not going right back to my neighborhood. I'm going to go somewhere where it's so freaking conservative that I have no choice but to assimilate to the program, understand their behavior, build with them. And then when I do bring something back to my area, what I'm going to do is it's going to be nothing but positive change. It's going to be nothing but positive movement because I'm not here to come back to my I'm not doing all this work in here to go back out there to lose my life again. I gave up 30 30 of my life, 30 years of my life for what?
Right. Wow. That's deep. And that's the story of so many. You know what I mean, homies? The good thing though is a lot of people, like you said, that got them 30 years of life, they're coming home now. You know, a lot of people have been coming home with those life or long sentences, you know, so hopefully the homie's gonna come home and talk about that as well. I think we got him back. Monsta, yo.
Yeah, I'm right
Okay.
here.
Let
So
me
30 years. Yeah, I'm right here.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
so
briefly
I gave up 30
go ahead.
years of my life for what? And when I sit back and think about it, I gave it up for the streets. And what do I have to show for it? You know what I'm saying? I always say when I talk to these young kings, I give them this analogy about domestic violence. So I'm going to break down domestic violence. A lot of us experience domestic violence in our homes. We watched our parent beat our other parent.
Damn. It's getting good. People just bear with us. What up, Benny? He said he definitely took the route to gain knowledge and change his way of thinking to make better decisions, and he's going to come out with a plan. That's right. 30 years, man. That's a long time. That's a long time, man. Okay, I think we got the homie back. Monsta, yo. I know people are coming in and out. If you see the issue, he has the
Okay.
signal's a little bad, so just bear with us. We're back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can't hear
Okay,
me.
for sure. So we all have grown up in a domestic violence home. A lot of us have. We watch one parent beat the other parent, whether it was the father beating the mother or the mother beating the father. And we told ourselves as we watched this behavior, we would never do this to a spouse. We would never do this. And then we go out into the streets and we abuse the very city.
Damn. I know, right? Every time it's getting good, you know what I mean? That's the devil, man. The devil don't like it when you're doing something good, especially coming from people that he probably once controlled at one time. So when he sees the people doing positive things, he don't like that. So the devil is a lie tonight. We're gonna get this happen. We're gonna make this happen. I think we got Monsta back. Monsta, yo. Monsta, yo. Okay, give us a minute, people.
Be subjected to domestic violence. We watch one parent beat up on the other parent, and we told ourselves we would never do that. Then we go out into the streets and abuse the very cities and community that we profess to love. We're not realizing that we have adopted the same.
Real talk, yes, real talk. Real talk tonight. I should have called this real talk. Shout out to the homie Monsta, yo. Again, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Because I know everyone in the chat has experienced. I know a few people in the chat, and I know a lot of them have experienced this same thing, man. Incarceration, whether it be you, your spouse, your family, someone. You know what I mean? So everyone can relate. I think we got the homie back, Monsta, yo.
Okay, so we don't realize that we adopt the same behavior that we saw our parents doing to each other. And so the same community that you profess to love is the same community you're abusing. Whether you're robbing, stealing, killing, whatever, abusing that community, but you swear you love your community. That's not love, that's domestic violence. So here it is.
Give us a minute, people. Give us a minute. You know, again, we're dealing with tricky signals out there, if you know what I mean. I'm just gonna let the homie continue whenever he comes back in. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. And so that's not love, that's domestic violence. And it's cold because we're not realizing that we suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is when someone who is captured, or that is a hostage, starts to relate to their captors. And a lot of times we don't realize how damaged we really are. We are really damaged. And so you can't go and profess to love something that you're destroying. It is not love. That's like being in a toxic relationship. That is not love. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of the things that I teach to these young kings. Look at how you treat your community like domestic violence. If you really love your community, you will not harm your community. You will embrace your community. You will fix your community. You will heal your community. You will be there for each other. You'll take care of your community. And that's how.
Bear with his people again, and when he comes back, I want to get into talk about his books. He's written over, I think, 11 books. So we're going to talk about some of his books as well. Let me see. Monsta, yo.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I wanted but to. But that's how you love your community.
Right.
That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? We would never abuse something that we profess to love. And so I'm a strong advocate for, if you really love your community and you out there in them streets, then stop harming your community. Stop shooting each other. Black, brown, whatever race you are, stop shooting each other. Stop killing each other. Stop robbing each other. Take care of your community. Take care of your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Start growing vegetable gardens in your backyard, so that if somebody is homeless or doesn't have anything to eat next door, you are able to feed them. So no one is famished in your.
He's spitting realness on. Yeah, he's cooking, like they say. Man, damn, I really wish we could, man. It's so much I want to talk about, and I want him to talk about it. I know he's getting cut off and coming back on, so he's probably thinking he's missing points, but we hear him well just when he goes out. I think we got him back. Monsta, yo. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Say that again.
I want to see if we could touch on, talk about your books. I know you've written a lot of books, man. Touch on your how you became an author and some of the books that you've written.
1 second. I didn't get nothing you said.
Okay, I said I want to touch briefly, if we could, on your books. I know you've written several books. I want to talk about how you became an author and some of the books that you've written. Damn, you can't hear me. Yup, exactly. His books. Okay, that's the link for his books, people. But I want to touch on that because he's written a lot of books, man. This dude does a lot of shit. That's what really surprises me, and I respect. I got another homie, Free LA Meats. He's been on here before. These dudes are behind the walls, been behind the walls for a long time, and getting a lot of shit done. As we see a lot with dudes. Like, I see more dudes in prison doing way more shit than people on the street do. You know what I mean? Could ever think of doing. And it's unfortunate, but that's the true part of it, which is a good thing. I think we got the homie back. Monsta, yo. Monsta, yo. He was 16 when he went in. There are new laws that should get him out. Exactly, DD. That's what I want to touch on too, because if you notice, that's what's been going on. They've been bringing a lot of the homies that had either life sentences, had L's, 2 or 3 strikes. If a lot of the homies are coming home now. It's been in the last 3 or 4 years, a lot of people have came home that's been down 30 plus. So yes, and I want to touch on that. And also, I want to touch on too, they're doing that a lot. Damn, a bad word, don't say it. I'm touching on too is how I don't know, a lot of homies are coming home, but I know it's a lot of those youngsters going in. You know what I mean? So I don't know what part that plays if they're trying to just make room, because as you know, the first of all, California has the biggest prison system in the world. I think more prisons are in California than there are anywhere in the world, not only in the United States, but anywhere in the world, and they're still building new ones. You know what I mean? And if you know now, the prisons are so overcrowded, they're sending people to different states. If you gotta, you know what I mean? You could be from California, they send you to Arizona or some shit like that to do your time. That shit is crazy. You know? Let me see. I think we got the homie back. Monster, yo.
Yeah, I'm right here, King.
Okay. Hey, if you can hear me, I want to see if we could touch briefly on your books, bro. The books that you've written and you becoming an author.
You said my books?
Yeah, talk about your books if you can and how you became an author.
So I became an author in the early 2000s. You know, I was inspired by a lot of earth angels who would have me write essays and poetry and so many other things. And I used to send it home to my little brother and to my moms and the rest of my family. And, you know, my mother was one of my greatest inspirations, pushing me. She kept saying, won't you put it in a book form? And initially, I didn't think that I was good enough. You know, my whole life, I was told I wasn't good enough. I was told I was stupid. I was told I was slow. So, you know,
Damn. I know people is getting a little hectic. You know, I understand the signal was just bad, but some great conversation. Damn, man. We may have to, you know, at the end of the day, just try to reschedule it and get the homie back, or we can get it on a good signal so we can get this out, because I really want this to come out properly. You know what I mean? Because the homie is speaking some real good stuff. What up, Gas Mask? Think we got him back. Monster, yo.
yeah. So, you know, my whole life, I was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't believe that I could write. And one day my mother just said, you know, just put it together and she'll do the rest. And sure enough, my first book was published, I believe, in 2004 or 2006. Those were my editions of my children's books called Sugar for My Granny. And from there, I began to just progress. I ended up writing a book called Divine Comprehension, which is a self help book, full of wisdom. I wrote a book called Love Towards Seductive.
Mm. Again, people, the link for his books are in the chat right there. DD put it in the chat. So if you want to link to his books, they're right there. You can see also his IG page. We're gonna leave all that in the comments or the description, because the homie has an IG page you can follow too with all his work on there as well. Okay. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I ended up writing a book called Love Towards Seductive about a female serial killer who has an alter ego. And her alter ego is a guy that's in love with her. So anytime she gives her heart to someone, or anytime someone hurts her, her alter ego sets them on fire. Love Towards Seductive. You know, and then I just began to progressively build and expound. You know, the more I wrote, the better I've got, you know, and so I end up writing Inner Freedom, you know, giving young kings around here tools and guidelines on how to survive in prison.
Mm. Interesting. My kind of book. Yeah, Didi, I'm sure. I don't know if you chopped it up with him, but I'm sure that would be a great connection, Didi, for you to tap in with the homie too and see what you could come with. I would love to see you write. I know, Didi, you write a lot of like fictional books and, you know, the stuff you do, of course, along with the stuff you do with the political stuff. But I would love to see you like write something like this, someone's story, a real story. Didi, I would love to see that from you. All right, we got the homie back. Monster, yo.
Okay,
There
there
we
I
go.
go. Yeah, then I wrote a book called Inner Freedom, a personal guidebook for young men in prison who are just coming in here, to teach them how to survive, but not just how to survive, but to have tools to utilize so that they know how to program. And I wrote a book called To All My Loved Ones, Swords of Inspiration. That book was really about just the wisdom that I give to people on a regular basis and having them tap into their inner potential, reminding them of who they are so that they can straighten up their crown and wear it proudly and understand that they have a majesty that's worth.
Every time he get good, huh? Hopefully he'll be back in a second, people. Hope everyone's having a blessed Friday night. It's Friday Night live from behind the walls, man. Got the homies been down 30 years. We royalty children of God. Greetings, G-Lew, to chat. What up, Monique? We got the homie here tonight, Monique. A great story. The homie's behind the wall, so that's why the signal was bad, but got a great story. We're talking about his books right now. Some of the books that he's written. I think we got him back.
I have another book right here. Called The Foundational Steps of Divine Wisdom and Purpose. This is written by myself and one of my day ones, Colin Randolph. And Colin Randolph is a young man who we grew up in here together. We've been knowing each other since we were kids. We both developed in here. And as grown men, we lead by example. Man is all about being grown is all about. We lead with a certain type of integrity, and we refuse to be a victim or even a reflection of this environment. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Amalia? Thank you for joining us. Monique Hill, once again. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us tonight. I know it's a little, hectic, but as you can see, man has a great story. The devil is just trying his hardest for it not to come out properly, but don't trip. We're going to get it right. Think he got him back. I want to ask him too, like you said, DD, about these new laws. I want to get into that once we get off the books, because everything is coming up so choppy. I just want to try to touch certain topics that we can get to now. And like I said, we're gonna have to reschedule this. We got to bring the homie back so we can get this get him on a good night when all the homies ain't on the phone at the same time. You know what I mean, or something, so we can get a good signal. Because I definitely want to. It's a whole lot more we gotta touch on. But I understand it's a little hard tonight to get the homie the signals right. So everything's coming in choppy, and I want this to come across right. But I want to talk some more too. I want to ask him about these new laws that are being changed, and all the homies like himself that been down 30 plus, they're coming home, and what are his plans when he comes home? And even now, how we talked about coming back to these same environments, right? That homies were usually coming back to if they did 10, 15, right? But 30 plus now, you coming home, and we understand shit has changed a lot. Now you got gentrification to where your neighborhood may not even be the same neighborhood that you're going back to. And I want to ask him too, when you're down so many years, of course, I know you probably lose a lot of people, like homies being there, man, so many stories where homies been down and they lost their dad, their mom while they were locked up. More and more family they're losing. So when they come home, they really don't have nothing to come home to sometimes, so that's pretty deep. I want to ask him about that. What's up, Asia? Monsta, yo, you back? May need to pre-record. Yeah, that's a good idea, DD. We may need to do that for the G-Lew Show podcast, and then we'll bring it on here too. I'm going to get back to some of that pre-recording too. We got a lot of big plans coming up for the G-Lew Show, people. Top of the year. We got some great plans. Hopefully by then, I'll be officially moved and back on the soil, and we're going to be doing a lot of big things. We got a studio coming. I'm going to be getting some in-depth interviews, one-on-one interviews, in-person interviews. We're gonna be getting in the streets. We got a lot of big plans for the G-Lew Show 2025, people. So just stay tuned and bear with us, But we're gonna keep it original and keep it true. We're not gonna do the BS stuff and the content, as they say. We're gonna get real shit on here, and I just want to improve and bring you guys great, good official content. So we got Monsta Yo back. Can you hear me, bro?
Say that again.
Okay, I just want to see. Can you hear me? There you go. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
Damn. Okay. Well.
There we go. I heard. Okay. There you go. I hear you right now.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, it's a lot of questions. I don't know. We're going in and out. What we can do. I'm gonna let you continue, but I'm gonna say, if we can still, I want to try to reschedule this and get us in on a where we can get this correctly, even if we have to pre-record it, because I really want to bring this back, man, in a better way. Because, man, this is some good stuff, and I want you to get your story out properly as well. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, we got some great plans for 2025. Monsta Yo, can you hear me?
Heard you correctly. Yeah, we can exactly. Yeah, we can definitely continue this another time as well. And I'll do my best to get a better phone.
Yeah, and we'll talk, and we'll chop it up back and forth. And when you let me know when it's a good time, you know what I mean, and then we'll schedule around there.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, King. I appreciate this. This was pretty awesome, man. I like sharing, and I respect your platform, man. Keep up the good work. You're doing God's work, man. You know what I'm saying? Letting people have these experiences. You're equally important, and I appreciate you, and we all appreciate you for what you do for everyone.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And before we go for now, anything else you want to leave the people with for now? I don't think. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit.
I said, anything else you want to leave?
I can hear you.
Anything else you want to leave the people with for now until we come back again?
Okay, so what I want to leave to the people is that we need to start fighting for each other. At some point we gave up on each other. And this is the reason why this generational curse has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. We stopped loving each other.
Man, he cut out again, but I think that was perfect right there. You know what I mean? So we'll end that for now. I don't want to keep, having the homie go through all that. I think pretty much his words was expressed. Everyone got it. Like I said, we're gonna reschedule it and bring it back again so we can get it right. You know what I mean? Because I want the homie story to come out good, because the homie, man, has a great story, and we barely scratched the surface. You know what I mean? So we're gonna reschedule this and get it back right very soon, people. As soon as we can get he just needs to let me know what's a good time for him, and if we have to pre-record it, we'll do that. But I definitely want the homie to get his story out properly, because he has a great story. But in the meantime, if you missed this, you can go back, listen to this, and check out all of his DD has all of his links in the Monsta Yo. I know you still there. I don't know if you can hear me.
It takes a village. It takes a community. We got to start caring about each other, and without us, if we don't care for each other, we all fall from grace, because then we let the next generation down, then the next, then our history and our future is doomed. Our legacy.
Yeah, he went out again. So yeah, I know he probably can't even hear me good, so he's going in and out. He probably didn't even know. So we'll just again continue this at a later time, people, because I want this to be correct, But like I said, in the meantime, DD got all the links right there in the chat. Follow the chat, the links in the chat, and also again tomorrow night, we're gonna be back with a special edition of Conversation Hookah Lounge with DD Hairston, Digital West, Love Grace, Long Beach Lala, and me, G-Lew. We're getting prepared for next week. As you all know, we got a show in Hollywood. We're going to be there performing, me and Digital West. We're going to bring Digital West down. You know what I mean? We're going to be networking. I'm going to get some interviews. We're going to have a good time. The whole family is going to be there. The G-Lew Show family, we're all going to be there having a good time. So if you can, come out next Saturday, Kodak Theater, Hollywood, Nationwide presents Summer Nights in Hollywood. You can get your tickets at Eventbrite. DD will have the link in the chat. I think we're going to give away 2 more tickets. Yeah, this weekend on Sunday night. So tune in to Oldies Rule Forever Sundays. We're going to give away, I think, another pair of tickets leading up to the show. You know what I'm saying? So tap in Sunday night, but don't forget tomorrow night, DD will be here with Digital West, Love Grace, and me. It's a party, y'all. They're going to represent me tomorrow. So, man, I appreciate that love. And again, shout out to the homie Monsta Yo from Long Beach. He's been down 30 years, people. And the man is... his story is incredible. So just tune in. We'll bring this back again, okay? But thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Everyone in the chat, thank you for the love and support. And thank you to my producer / manager, DD Hairston, and my homeboy Monsta Yo for joining us tonight. We'll do this again soon. Everyone have a blessed night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.